Today, my guest is Muqsit Ashraf from Accenture. Muqsit, it's great to see you. Thank you for talking to me today.
Thanks for having me.
Muqsit, you just stepped out of an important leadership roundtable discussion. What was the topic on the agenda?
We talked about how companies can take a leap in terms of accelerating their digital transformation and really scaling it for value.
Was there anything in particular that surprised you, even in terms of the flow or the outcomes?
I was actually pleasantly surprised that there was a lot of focus on how data and advanced analytics sits at the heart of digital transformation. That's a topic that's been somewhat undervalued by the industry in the past, but a majority of our time today was spent on that, and that was good to hear.
And in terms of the key priorities for industry, what must they be when it comes to digitalization?
I think there are a few. So, first and foremost, digital technologies should not be separate from business and business priorities and strategies, right? They sit at the heart of it, they enable it. So that's number one. Second is, you have to think about digital and digital technologies not just as a set of hard changes. You got to think about the soft element, the change management, the talent required for it. The third aspect is ecosystems and partners matter. The technology landscape is broad. There's no one company, no one industry, and no one country that can actually handle it all. And so you have to bring the ecosystem together. The fourth aspect is you have to think beyond your core business, and you got to think about the business model reinvention and innovation that could then allow you to unlock growth, which was previously not thought about. And last but not least, you should not underestimate the infrastructure, the backbone required, the technology and the data backbone required to really drive forward digital transformations.
With so many opportunities, there are often challenges attached. What would you say are some of the key ones?
There's a few challenges. First and foremost, there's always a challenge of actually making sure that the changes you're instituting through these technologies are accepted by the organization. Accepted is not just that they like how cool they might be, but it's also about using them for the right business decision making. So that's first. Second is finding the right set of priorities. I mean, there is a bit of a scattergun approach that many of the companies have taken, and so now you have to bring it down to what are the 2 or 3 key areas of focus that would really matter. Third is to make sure that you do the appropriate amount of upskilling and reskilling of your talent, because your people sit at the heart of the change that would happen. And then, of course, you will have to invest with a certain level of commitment over a significant period of time. And last but not least, the challenge of scaling these technologies, right? A lot of companies find satisfaction in doing pilots or proof of concepts and generally stop there. But ultimately, the exponential value comes from scaling it at the enterprise level.
Lastly, ADIPEC is fast drawing to a close. How have you enjoyed it so far?
It is by far the most energizing and inspiring conferences around the world across any industry that I've attended. The number of people on site, the representation across different geographies and across different sectors. You got to remember, while we talk about this as an energy conference, the energy system is now very much a combination of multiple sectors, and ADIPEC really brings that together. So for me, it's been super energizing being here, having all the discussions that relate to how you actually take technology and innovation and apply it to some of the most fundamental issues we face. One of energy security, availability, affordability, and the other of energy sustainability. And the innovations that are going to be at the core of it were widely discussed over the last 2.5, 3 days.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have time for in this edition of the Thought Leadership Series by ADIPEC. Thank you for watching, and do find more interviews of this kind on social media, on LinkedIn and at adipec.com. We'll see you soon. Take care.